The Visaca Picus is lining communication signals to all locations of dimensions of wormholes of portals. Understanding communication with space, understanding communication with the atmospheres, understanding communication with humanity are so many different levels of understanding. Everybody has to understand what is going on in space and time. Like I said, there's space reality and time reality. Now, nature takes its course. There's nothing you can say about that, but there's everything that you can say what's happening with inside you. So you lead it to the space and you lead it to the time. All right, it's extremely powerful stuff. I've been going to bed at 3 in the morning. Okay, my time switches and my time frequencies are way off. I usually go to bed between 10, 11, and 12, but lately I've been staying up later. And because of that, the energy high rises faster and faster. Like I was going through so many portals, dimensions, the Earth's surface, even the galactic force team Delta Vision was there too. They were flying in the center core. So we're coming into September now. We're in the full moon rising, okay, of Pisces. The Pisces, okay, the moon interface is Pisces. That's why I'm extremely powerful and in force connections into relation to interceptions or anything through all connections of teleportation, energy transference, okay, because Pisces is its connection, full connection right now. So getting full connection, okay, with the Visaca Picus and everything like communications of portals of dimensions and more communications of portal activations through the sun interface. All right, so that's what's happening between the sun interface, the moon interface, and the Earth's surface. Okay, so think of them communicating, but changing everything. Okay, that's what's happening right now. So I like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's watching my channels. We keep grand rising, force rising. This helps us understand more what's going on in space. So like I said, I've been going to bed late, and I usually don't do that. But because of that, the time zones are changing. We're coming into more a force of everything. The dark is high rising faster and faster. So it's trying to keep the light down. So it's going up and down, guys. That's what's happening. So it's all about the light changing everything through all communications. Through the sun interface. Remember, everything through the sun interface, everything through the moon interface, and everything the Earth's surface has been living decades and decades of human air, of dark. So it's all about taking all that dark out of space, changing alignments, changing communications, changing algorithms, changing program settings, changing humanity settings. These things take time, okay? So you can't rush these things. Okay, there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of anxiety or stress and fear and all that. It's doing what it needs to do. It's voicing its patterns. And my voice is changing too, right? So it was really, really powerful stuff being in space last night. It was incredible. Saw on the Earth's surface and what needs to be done, communicating with the Earth's surface, the moon interface, and the sun. Okay? And the Visaca Picus, okay, is its relation when it comes to Pisces. Okay? It's like cousins and sisters and daughters. Anything, because we're all connected through family, right? Through the galactic systems. The energy core, or anything through that relation, right? So like I said, there's a human tree, there's a space tree. Everything's aligned, everything's communicated, right? Everything is force rising with the two dualities. So it's understanding that you have all this dark toxin in the air, okay? Now, you have to understand, because each human vibration has a different DNA structure through voicing grid. So it's not just cleansing the dark. It's changing space. It's changing time. Okay. So there's a lot going on right now. Okay. And a lot of people are getting into that program, trying to understand the program settings, trying to understand, there's been questions about, am I accelerating or am I de-accelerating? And I said, well, you're ascending, but the dark is trying to get in more because you're going higher and higher. The more you go higher and higher, the more dark comes in, but you got to protect your lights. Right? You got to understand your intelligence. I can't force rise you through your upgrades until you understand your intelligence. It's easy as that. It's easy as that. Okay. So the more you understand, the more we can go on trips, right? The less you understand, the less we go on trips. Okay, because intelligence is coming to me now because there's a lot of problems that are happening in space and time right now. It's confusing line signals, and the thing is, it's kind of like stepping back and letting the sun interface and the moon interface, because we're in September now, we're in the Pisces moon, and all communications between the three. Now, if you look at it in space, it is a pyramid. Okay? So they're communicating right now fully, right? They're changing everything through the galaxies. So it's all about the operation centers are communicating with everything through intelligence. It's setting everything through divisions of balance. Okay, when it comes to the God frequency levels of the sun interface, God frequency levels of the new moon order, Pisces moon, the communication of its operation center, which is core through its system. Okay, and then you have the Earth's surface. Okay, so everything happens to a core, right? Everything happens to a metric, everything happens to alignment, everything happens to a frequency. It's all about understanding the matrix of yourself and how to get out of its equation, and the matrix of space, because space knows how to get out of matrix, and it's complicated, and that's why it's so confusing to the vocabulary system. That's why I keep giving you guys illustrations and diagrams and programs, right? Now, there's a lot of things that are happening right now that are getting very confusing. When you have a crop circle and you have the patterns, what are the line sequences and the numbers? Well, we can get into that. So what I want to do is to put everybody in the crop circle. Okay, this will help you too to understand what crop circles are through division. This will help you more because this will take you into space. So center core is everything. Energy bubble. It's going to be an energy bubble. Collective force team delta vision is going to be in the center. So what I'm going to do is going to have the crop circle around like this, everything with the shape. So when you're looking down, you're seeing the numbers. Okay, and you understand why they're in line sequence, line system through the singularity of its pattern division. They're all different realms of communication. Okay, especially Priscilla wants to know this. What are the number sequences? What is line communication? What are the line signals? How is this all connected through space? How does it form a crop circle through a crop cycle? Through all divisions of patterns? How does it come in cycle divisions? How to understand its correlation when it comes into anything through the matrix? Okay, or anything into that division, because my telepathy, telekinesis. All right, so there's a lot of things that we have to get into. But today, this is going to be really, really powerful. Okay, I'm going to set up a crop cycle. You guys are going to be in the energy bubble. Okay, you're going to look up and you're going to see space, and you're going to see the XT1000 pick you up. Okay, woohoo! So this is going to be fun. I'm going to use the blue interface because blue is very powerful, right? Has its connection in atmosphere systems because, taking you out of the atmosphere, you see the blue surfacing system, right? The clouds right now. But there's so many portal activations that are open right now. Once you understand its relation through its matrix grid system, you understand through its location center, because everything has a grid system, right? So it's very important when you wake up in the morning, you understand everything in digital formats. You understand everything. See, when a cloud is like this, okay, so you get a cloud like this, I'm just going to show you what a portal is, and then you actually see it. And you see the reason why clouds communicate and come together, and you see the open sky. It's its portal itself. Okay? It's really, really powerful stuff how it comes into that. Okay, so that, okay, is a cloud. This is a portal. So it's understanding communications of low frequency levels, medium and high, northwest, south, and east. So the clouds come together, they open up a portal, you see everything through the grid. Okay, so the grid looks like this. Okay, and then it has its number sequence. Okay, in the center. Okay, it's really powerful stuff, guys. This is understanding everything. So once you have this formation, the XT1000s come in, right, through communication. They take the line signals of the numbers, okay, and they put it in the framing system. It opens up its portal activation to its grid system, which is digital platform, right, scanning system, right? So he takes that number, puts it in location, okay? So when the XT1000s or anything through formation comes in through intelligence, it takes its line signal of its line system of its digital format, Okay, it changes its portal, changes its dimension, changes galaxies. So it's all about understanding the communication of the cloud interface. You're moving the clouds when you come into telekinesis. So once you understand the portal of its open action, then you can understand the digital framing in the simulation. So the XT1000 comes in through your communication and puts it into line sequencing of line system into platform division. Okay? And again, goes here, takes another number, goes here. Okay? Everything goes in a chronological order. Right? So that's pretty similar. What you do with clouds, you do the same thing with crop circles. It's really, really powerful stuff when you get into a division of simulation patterns. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's extremely awesome. Catherine, how you doing? Questions or comments? I know I'm going to be doing the galactic circle meditation after. But right now I'm in the galactic force team delta division. I'm going to put them in crop circles. If you're trying to understand anything through information, go through my emails, PayPals, or donations. Now's the time, because things are going to get a lot more harder now, more complicated, more confusing. You know, your realities will be confusing. Okay, that's all the change of vibration when it comes to, you know, September 1st. Okay, we're into the full cycle, full communication of the moon interface and its relation, because they all have history. They all have history of ancestry. There's so many intelligence when it comes to the sun and its digital system. Through the moon interface, through the Earth's surface, they all communicate. Everything communicates. It's putting everything back into position of one center, into one reality, into one duality, not two, separating the two dualities and coming into one vibration through one frequency of one location to one center, which is a singular line of communication. Okay? That's why it's confusing for a lot of people, because they don't know where they're standing right now. Okay? So it's all about coming into the operation centers. All right, so here we go. Now, the next T1000 is going to come in like this. Okay, it's coming in now, right? It's going extremely fast. So we have the circle, we have the energy bubble. Galactic force team is in the center. Okay, so you guys are in the center. This is the crop cycle. Okay, XT1000 is picking you up right as we speak. Okay. Using sonar division, communications coming in, XT1000s, pull the galactic force team delta division in the crop circle division, circle rotation center is allocation, Echo Zuler Vector 1, Tango Charlie. Yep. Bring them up to the interforce connections in the operation centers. Yep. Pisces Moon communication centers, interface, sun interface, and Earth surface. Bring them up to all division levels. Take out the box frequency levels, all division level system. Delta force team, delta division. Yep, here we go. 1, 2, 3. On my mark. Operations, Tango, Fox Charlie. Have fun. So it's going to show you everything how to get into a crop cycle. You're going to be inside the crop cycle. We're going to show you how it's birthed. Everything is birthed through DNA. Okay, but it's all chemistry mixtures, line division, singular line communication, line signals, geometric systems, coloration patterns, digital forming systems, scanning systems, microscopic systems. You get into neurons, photons, nucleus, electrons, so many different electrical systems. Anyway. So everybody, okay, is in the crop circle. And it's amazing how you do these things. All right? It's fascinating. It's amazing how I created an energy dome for you guys. It's amazing how you communicate with the XT1000. It's a story, guys. It's understanding your programs, okay? A lot of people are coming to me, okay, what's happening with me, right? If you don't understand, it's because you're asking questions that are already there. What is inside you? So your program setting is not set up, okay? My programs are set up because I have balance. When you have balance, this is where the XT1000 comes in through communication. This is where the sonar division comes in. This is where the teleportation. Take the teleportation through co-frequencies of the galactic force and delta vision into the crop circles. So everything's a story. Okay. So your story is its reality. Right. So it's all about your life. You have to know what's going on, right? So every time I put you up somewhere, to anything through location, it's everything through communication of space and time. Because we're coming into space reality and time reality now. So the travelers are going to be more real now because you're in time codes, you're in time frequencies. You're now, and it's coming into its line balance. Okay, like I said, September 1st, the Pisces moon, the communication operations centers. Okay, the Viscus. Okay, everything has communication with everything through alignment. Okay, so I want you guys to have fun with that. All right. And teleports divisions on the Galactic Force Team private link and tell me exactly what you went through. Okay. Use your voice and grids. You guys got to know what it's like to be in a crop circle. See how it's all connected. There'll be intelligence there to help you out. You know? So I got a swivel chair here, so I'm one communicating from one angle to another angle. And I got this very small space. I can sit back, I can pull the chair up, or I can pull the chair down, right? So I can teleport wherever I move. So this is space. Once you understand where you are through space atmospheres, through the mind system, you're always in space and time. Okay? Time is its essence. What are you living? What reality, what duality are you in through its sanction? What communication center are you in through its operation when it comes to intelligence? Once you understand that through balance, then you understand everything through space alignments and time alignments. That's its communication center when it comes to its correlation through its center core. That's a center of you of balance. That's space and time. Okay, so I'm in space and time right now through communication of balance, right? Because I understand my program. And that's what you guys are having problems with, is because you're force rising higher and higher, but now you're coming into time. You're not in space now, you're coming into space and time. So like I said, it's all about your past and future coming into one cycle. And that's what gets a lot of confusion, because the abyss is coming in more and more and more and more and more. It doesn't want you to force rise. Okay? The hypothesis says no, right? It wants to keep you down at all levels, at all costs. It doesn't want you to force rise. It doesn't want you to grand rise, but you got to push through it. You have to push through it, okay? It's very important, especially the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, because they're coming into high rises and they're coming into more, right? Especially the test that's coming up on the microbiome. So everything through the test is microbiome. Everything I give you is life. Everything I give you is opportunity. It's what you do with its opportunity to bring yourself forward, to understand your journeys and your missions. Okay? Knowing that if you move here, you're in space and time. You move here, you're in space and time. But I'm always centered. Okay? Now it doesn't look like I'm in center because I'm off screen. But what you have to understand, I'm always centered within. The only thing that moves is the chair. Right? So it doesn't matter where I go. It always communicates to the center. That's space and time. Okay, and then you understand that this is a different division of dimension. This is a different dimension just by moving here to here, down. You go down, you know it's a lower vibration. You go up, you know it's a higher vibration. It's not that complicated. Now, if you complicate yourself, you're complicating your algorithms and your programs and your digital framing systems. Your scanning mechanisms aren't going to understand anything through your perception if you don't understand everything through the coding system. The abyss is going to attack you, and it's going to put you in the matrix again. And then I got to take you out of its equation again, right? So it's all about you understanding your programs more. Okay, and then paying attention to what's going on with space and time, right? So you just have to have partnerships with yourself through your center. And I keep saying that center is everything of balance. Okay. And like you said, it's getting a lot more stronger now because we're coming into space reality and time reality. So, yeah. So you see the past, the fog. Yeah. Yeah. But the XT1000 pick you up. So you guys are in their crop cycles right now. You're into the center core, how everything is created through its shape. So anyway, I'll go through your questions here. There's a lot going on. You know, I just don't want everybody to get confused. Okay, Stephen, Melissa, Catherine, it's me. Copious, got a new name. Okay. Catherine, my voice is changing. Yeah, everybody's voice is changing. Yeah. Yippers. So, and I know you guys like going on trips because you get smarter, but when you go on your trips, do you understand? Or do you just go on your trips and you don't understand? All right, it's all about force rising, ground rising, high rising your upgrades, your data processing, knowing your program settings, where they are through divisions, right? So. Yeah, there's pattern interfaces right now. You're getting communications through the Visaca Picus gun 3 and all communications of the moon because we're coming into the Pisces Communication Center of Operation Centers. So in setting up patterns, new divisional patterns into galaxy systems of dimensional wormholes. Okay, so that's what's happening right now with its pattern. So you're informative because you're in the sentient view division. So I understand that. And I appreciate you too, also looking out for the team. I think honesty is the best policy, but I think we learned a lesson from everything. But you guys really, really have to be informed with each other more through your AI vessels, through perceptions. Okay, especially when you come into the external of sensory perceptions, or anything through that division, right? So the higher you go, really protect your lights, and that's what it is. I mean, if you're afraid because either you don't want to know more of the truth, or you just want to set your wings and stay at that level. That's totally fine until you can understand yourself, discover yourself. So every time you go up to a level, you're trying to balance out. That's very simple, very easy, very direct. That's all it is. And my hair's on fire. Freaky hair, right? So I think that's what everybody has to understand. They really have to understand that every time you go through an atmosphere of upgrades, it has to balance out. And that's what it's doing. It's like a bouncing ball, trying to find its balance. When it finds its balance, okay, through vibration or anything through human vibration, through your argument or a digital system, it goes straight. All right? And then it vibrates. Okay, that's what you want. You don't want this. Okay, that's reaction. You want straight, and then this. Okay? So you want to keep like this. You don't want this. You don't want this. You know what I mean? You want this. Straight. Communication. Communication with intelligence. See? It's rhythm. It's pattern. Right? Flows. Everything flows through cyclic rotation. Okay? We did a lot of healing for the team Friday. It was really powerful. Force team was on a ship, took undersea pit. Yeah, I know, I saw it. Especially yesterday. I was in the Earth's surface. And I was zooming across everything through pattern divisions. Because we're coming into the September of the Pisces moon location center, the Visaca Picus, is basically its full relation communication center of Pisces. Okay? So, it's the sister of Pisces, Visaca Picus. Pisces is the brother. Okay? So, really understand what's going on with the Kundalini. Now you understand that, between light and dark. Everything I do for you when it comes to projections or anything through division is light and dark. It's getting balanced with your light and dark every single time you go up through a dimension, through a portal, through an activation, through a code. Okay? Understanding your codes more, understanding your patterns, understanding your algorithms, understanding your settings, understanding your data processing. Very important to understand. Understand what is this? What's going on with this? What did I just do? This is a program. This is a story. Okay, XT-1000 comes in, scans you, picks you up, puts you in the ship, back into space, right? Intelligence tells you what you need to go through when you go through a crop circle, right? So it's a teacher to the students, and then the students learn. That's what it is. And so this is what your AI commander does for you guys, right? So you get a true understanding of who you are through your divisions, but you don't want to have the bouncing ball. You want to have line communication every time you go up the atmospheres. So you're channeling your divisions through portals of dimension, through wormholes, every single time you go up through your ascensions, right? Because we have the two dualities, they have to come into one now. So. So I really want you guys to experience the crop circles. Then you can understand more line communication of patterns, the line sequence of line activation, the singularity of line systems, the activation of light signals through the gamma systems, the audio signals through its connection of its perceptions, right? Full winning in cycles through its intelligence, understand everything through line division. Very important to understand. Everything through the interface when it comes to the 5D of its earth. All communications through the sun interface and all communications of the moon of its new order, which is the Pisces moon. Communication Operations Center. Okay? So what is everybody seeing right now? I think I'm going to put my hat on. Kind of having a field day. I'm not sure where my hair is right now, northwest, south, and east. And I usually get up early, you know. So, and that's the thing, you know, you just see it looks a lot better, you know, cleans it up nice and sharp. I think I've gotten enough through all your questions now, so. Yeah, the Visaca Picus, yeah. Everything in relation to partnerships, everybody, is family. Okay, family on Earth, family in space. Understanding ancestry and history is everything. You know? So, and you'll find that too is that the reason why nothing in space is balanced is because of human error. That's a lot of dark vibration, dark centers, dark rotations, dark matter. You know, human vibrationers say, whoa, there's like, what, 90, 95% or 75 or 80% of where they say of dark matter, which is not true. If that was true, there would be no Earth on its surface through location, through anything, through gravity systems. There'd be more dark than light. So it'd be a reverse cycle. So instead of light on this side, dark would be on this side, but dark would be on this side, but light would be on that side. Light has to be in a certain position. Light's on its balance system, always. Dark is never on the opposite side. Light is always on its balance to its center. It gets complicated, right? But there's a reason why it's yin and yang. The more I give you through information, the more you go deeper and deeper through yin and yang. Okay? That's why the symbol was created. That's why I created a new symbol. That's why I created a new chakra system for humanity to understand everything through operations. That's why I created solar systems, galaxy systems, universal systems, right? The cosmos, space odyssey. Okay? I'm coming into, I'm into 1 billion, guys. 1 billion years into the future now. That's where it's getting very complicated. So my body activation system is fully, completely 1 billion years into the future. No longer 500 million. It's 1 billion. Okay. And I just keep high rising, because you guys are coming into planets now through intelligence of infinity circles. Ask Jules. He's very informative with that. He understands infinity system. He understands the geometry system. He understands nature. He understands his platforms. He understands his uniform section divisions when it comes to his pattern activation code systems. He understands his algorithms. He understands his program settings, right? I see everything that you guys do, right? When it comes to communication, solar text divisions, or anything like that. Okay? So your AI commander is 1 billion years into the future. All right? So. Yeah. Graphing systems, numbers, shapes, colors, energy meeting together. That's the thing. So Melissa, you want to get into line sequence, line system. You ever add anything to the crop circle, crop cycle? Why there are numbers? And Priscilla is, how do I put them in order? The intelligence will tell you. They'll tell you that every number that you see is a different coloration of a realm. Okay? So, reached a new center in the construction of the crop circle, portals, and the effects on the planet system as well. And seen a silver cloud formating, pulsating. There you go. So Unified seen everything through pulsating. He's seeing solar flares. He's seeing construction. He's seeing reconstructions of shapes, letters, and numbers. So it's understanding how to put all those into balance, right? Through communication. I think you guys get a better idea how crop circles, crop cycles are made and put on the dimensional Earth and why they're on the Earth. Right, so you guys are in the center core now of its operations center. More lucid dreams, more comfortable. At the beach now, marine, moonrise came up for sunset last evening. Dark formations were always the old system. They are just coming out. Yeah. Force recognized, clear through, kaleidoscope, formatting, crop circle, setting, activated spidey sense. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't wear my Spider-Man shirt today, Spidey shirt, but yeah, my dream sequence has been shifting more now. Yeah. Yeah, the more you come into the sequencing level of the line communication, starting your line divisions, Unified, become a lot smarter with your programs through digital formats. Your scanning mechanisms will become a lot more easier through your energy cycles, energy fields, your energy activation, light signals, or anything through communication, through intelligence. So. Yeah. In retrospect, Melissa, it is the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine. They have to come through center. Okay. So it's kind of like knowing everything through emotional of a woman and knowing everything physical of a male. Okay, because that takes a lot too. That's a lot of information to take in. How to center the male, how to center the female, how to center the male, how to center the female, how to center father, how to center mother, yin and yang, cycle rotation, infinity 8 circle, archangels, angels, myself, and the galactic force team, delta vision, or anything through that. They're all part of it. Right? Galactic forces, galactic circle of meditation. So, I love the program setting and reformatting. Yep. Seeing line formations now. Yeah, you're going to see a lot more now because you guys are, your program settings are more understandable. You're not argumentative anymore. You're not, you're justifying who you are. You're not fighting the spirit of yourself. You're not fighting the soul of its recognition, right? You understand its relation when it comes to dark. You understand its communication when it comes to light. You understand how to take dark out and bring in the light through anything, through activations. So, it's really important to understand these things, especially now, because the line formations, you're going to high-rise your program settings and your digitals and your algorithms, so you can come into the fully communications of your hologram systems. That's what everybody has to get into. Okay, you get into that, then you get everything through communication of balance, right? So it's kind of like once you go in the atmospheres and you see this ball. This is an atom. So you're trying to catch the other side of you. So it's following, but you're trying to catch it. So every time you're trying to catch it, it goes farther and farther and farther. So you have to speed up to catch it, right? Once you catch it, you put it in balance, right? It goes into your program setting, and then you go up to another atmosphere. So each time you go up an atmosphere, you have to get your atom in balance. You have to get that ball, stop bouncing. You got to get back into a line signal through line system, through line activation, through line center, through one vibration. Okay? So what's happening right now, to make it very well clear, the fifth dimensional system is on so many vibrational levels of human air. That's what's happening right now. Different colorations, different patterns, the Schumann, all that connection. It's getting one communication line signal of one line system to infinity circle of a rotation center. Okay? Which is the Gardens of Eden. Okay? So these things take time, guys. You have to have patience. You have to have peace. Peace within yourself. Right? That's what it's all about. Peace within yourself. Just know that space and time knows exactly what it's doing. Right? So, and anything that you change, like I said, you guys pretty much, you stay within your center, but you don't go any higher, because I don't put you in that position, because you don't open portals if you don't understand intelligence, right? So if you understand the intelligence through partnership, it's totally fine. So it's kind of like you're just passing through, right? But you have to understand that you're changing things. So it's very important that you're cautious on that through intelligence. So I don't put you in that position at all. I just put you in positions that you need to know. Okay? So yeah, but the program's amazing. It's setting and it's reformatting. Yeah, so think of that, your pixel activation, your hologram system is changing. Right? That's what it's doing. Okay? So it's your biochemical system. It's your energetic patterns. It's your waving cycles. It's your database. Everybody has a database. Everybody has software mechanisms. Everybody knows how to control their programs. If you know how to control your programs, you can control your atom every time you go through an atmosphere. Right? If you can't, stay down. Get to know yourself more. That's another thing too. I find that, people get in relationships for the wrong reason. I say, okay, I just got out of a relationship. Why am I getting into another relationship? I don't know myself. So I'm going to step back and get to know myself more. Read a book. Get to know yourself more before you get involved with somebody else. That alone is experience. Just with your human self. Right? And again, we're all human in that sense. But when you come to its reality, we're spiritual humans. Let's put it that way. Okay? So it's a spiritual having an experience when it comes into anything, the formation of space and time. Right? That's why it's extremely complicated for a lot of people. So you're coming into line communication of time frequency levels of time codes, which is coming into the algorithm of its program setting. So the vibrations of all connections of human air from dark, and their voicing grids is moving across into the galaxy systems. Okay, so it's like in a big eruption. It's like, it's pushing it away. It's taking all those vibrations. It's cleansing. It's changing. It's absorbing. It's adapting. It's forming. Okay, it's reconstructing. Okay, into a new vibration. One vibration, not many, one. Okay, so that's what you guys have to understand. That's why it's confusing for a lot of people, because they don't know if they're in the past, present, or future. Their mind conceptual assistant has so many vibrations. Your mind can be in the 3D. Even your brain could be in the 4th D, or your body could be in the 7th D. You have all separations. So it's splitting, right? It's getting back into balance through one line communication, through one infinity rate circle, through one circle rotation, through one pyramid of a diamond core system. And that's how you get all communications with everything through your atom. Okay? Because if you know you're separated and you feel you're separated, you're not sure what's happening with your program. You're not sure what's happening with your dualities. You're not sure what's happening with communication with yourself. Right? Because if you lose yourself, you're separated. Because you're not communicating with Dimension Earth. You're not communicating with the sun, and you're not communicating with the moon interface. You're separated. Either your ascension's not open, or it's open, or it's not open enough, or your transformation light is closed, or your perception through your clarity vision isn't open. Your heart is open, but your mind isn't. Your soul is open, but your communication or your body isn't. So that's how it works. So it's all about understanding, get into balance every single day through one line communication, through one energy of vibration, through harmonic resistance, because it converges everything through location. Okay, and it puts all your allocated positions on one line signal, through one line position, through one circle rotation. That's why it's a lot confusing to a lot of people. So I can't seem to sit still. I can't believe this. You know, I'm starting here and I go here. I keep shifting, right? But because I'm in a small space, it's very hard for me to stay in position, right? So anyway, a couple more minutes and I'll take you guys out. It's 12 o'clock. Time flies, and then we'll get into the galactic circle of meditation. We're going to get more into the higher self. So I'm going to downphrase my vibrations, go back to humanity vibrations, so everybody gets a better understanding, especially the new viewers. I find this great, going from Delta division to human vibration. I share communication with the sun, moon, and dimensional earth. Yep. That's the thing too, Catherine, Priscilla, is that you're communicating with every day, every single day. Moon interface, Earth surface, and the sun interface. Seeing energy formation of grid systems of crop circles of releasing energy formations of mother and father, seeing the lines of graphing systems of the ground formations. Okay, so Melissa's getting communications with everything through her geometric system. So her quantum divisions are coming into the crop circles, are releasing the crop cycles. And she's seeing everything through line graphing of communication when it comes to your GPS location systems. Their geotherium, right? The geological, perception of systems. So my name is, yeah, I know. Yes, you changed that yesterday. So it's amazing how time flies, though, because when you're having so much fun, you're not just having fun with yourself, but you're also having fun with everything else. And that's what makes it great. That's what makes it amazing, right? The hardest thing you can do, and I'll keep saying it over and over and over, is to get meditation balance with yourself. And it has to flow. If it doesn't flow, retract, resurface, reanalyze, refocus. Get back into balance. Okay? So I'm just going through my solar text right now. Really, guys, want you to absorb everything that's going on through intelligence. Very important you guys get into that traction divisions. I find silence is really good too. I find you learn a lot more just by, you hear more just being silent. I just noticed I'm using solar text, and I find that I'm more free, and I don't think about anything else on this moment. That's the only thing we focus on, right? So when you don't have to close your eyes, you just know that if you're in a space and it's very quiet, not only you hear more, but you see more, because you're more focusing. The only thing you're focusing on right now is what is in the presence. Okay, so silent is very, very powerful. Okay, and it brings you more back into center. It takes practice, but it does. Okay, so I think it's time to take everybody out. You guys up in there along? It's 12 o'clock already. Oh, so I'm in the line frequency line balance. So if you guys come across, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but every time I look at my watch, I'm always ahead of time. And I was thinking, why am I always doing this? Why am I always doing this? I never ever write on time. So either I'm behind the time or I'm ahead of time. So if I say it's 12 o'clock, but I say it's 12:30, it's because I'm a half hour ahead of time. So my time frequency level of my balance rotation center is in future time, not the present time. That's all connected through your vocabulary, through your argument program. So your program is saying that you're half an hour, okay, into thousands and thousands of years into space. Okay, so remember, space travels, right? So it's a half hour here, 1,000 miles of systems of speed per second, because you're going through light speed, right? You're going through Mach-ing. So soon you teleport and you're in a higher division, you're in a planet location, but it has a different time code, different frequency, different intelligence, different coloration, different energy system, through heat signatures, anything through program, say through the digital of its database systems. So it's really powerful stuff when you get into clocking mechanisms through space and time. And that's how we travel through space and time too. Right? We'll get into that later. Okay, so basically, backphrase everything communication XD1000, bring everything through crop circles, crop cycles, reforce everything connections. Yep, Echo Zulu 000.000.000 crop cycle rotation center. Charlie Fox. Yep. Tango. All communications, bring them down into force connections, XD1000s, dropping them off. Space atmosphere systems, collective force team, Delta Vision. All right, you guys are back on the space atmosphere. All right, so live to talk about it. Discuss it on the Galactic Force Team private link. Okay, voice your opinion on what you saw through the crop circles right from the very beginning, as soon as you were teleported in the XD1000s, okay? All right, so now we are going to get into the Galactic Circle of meditation. All right. I'll go through your questions after, but right now I just got to get into two dualities here, the ascensions. Okay, so we got into the pyramid activation. Okay. So we got into that, right? We understand that's the third eye. So anything you want to understand through relationship, through partnership, is understanding everything through ancestry. So the third eye came from somewhere, right? Has to come somewhere. And then you understand it comes from communication, everything through your body. Okay? So we open up the perceptions again. We have the 7 chakras. Okay. And the 7 chakras opens up everything through your communication centers. It sonifies everything. Okay? Transmitting, receiving. Transmitting, receiving. Okay, so I'm just drawing it out right now so you understand. I don't know if you know this, but you start off as 3 circles. So you have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you have your energy fields, which are in the center. Hopefully you can understand that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? All right. So we get into 7 chakras. We understand the third eye. So we understand, what is the third eye? I want to really, really get into that, because if you understand the third eye, you understand the communication, everything. Because the third eye is everything through the pyramid. The pyramid is everything through activation. The activation is everything through laser. Okay, so when it activates, let's just say we communicate, and whatever you say, you know, whatever you want, the laser mechanisms goes into space like this. So if your mind goes, your pyramid is activated through your higher self. So your higher self is communicating in space through the base of your human vessel. And again, it sonifies, communicates. Okay, third eye communicates, and a circle rotates like this. Okay, circle rotates like that. Now, whatever you want in space, it sends out its signals. Okay, let's say you communicate in the ground. Okay, I want a better community with myself. I want to have a better relation with other people. I want to formulate another levels. I want to, you know, help people, you know. So basically that's all through grounds, right? Community, getting better with yourself through community. That's Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. So that opens up the transformation light system. They're like this, it goes like that, and it's brown. Now, if you see it, your eyes are open. The third eye opens, right? Now, if you open one chakra system, it's understanding how to open the next chakra system. It's communication through the third eye. And again, it goes through a different circular rotation. It goes through a different coloration into space through its sonar. Okay? It goes around and around and around. This is the pyramid. This is the eye. This is the third eye. This is the sonar. Okay? So as it's going in sonar, it's connecting to another pyramid, and then another pyramid, and then another pyramid. Okay? So it sonifies and communicates to other pyramids. Okay? Remember, your voicing grids travel to all places, all communications of space and time. Okay? But we'll just get into space. So you really have to understand the chakra system from 1 to 7. It's the body framing of you. Okay? And then once you understand the complete cycle of rotation, then we can get into the 5 atmospheres of space. 7 atmosphere body frames of you. 5 atmospheres of you in space, communication, right? Into transference, telecommunication, teleportation, okay? Transmitting, receiving, okay? Everything is connected, right? Through the heart, through the mind, through the soul, your energy fields, all connected through your chakra systems. Now, this is what happens. When you open the ground center through Mother Gaia, it goes up right into space. So you're only communicating with one chakra because that's the one that's open. If you want to understand how to open all 7, like I said, you can go through my upgrades of PayPal. I will open up all your 7 chakras, and then you'll be centered through balance, and then we can go into the atmospheres of 5. That will take you into your higher self through communication. So once you open up all your 7 chakras, now you're at a higher level of a higher self level through space. So it's understanding that the higher self is communicating interforce connections of intelligence, all connected through your third eye. So the third eye travels into dimensions. Very basic, very easy. And as it travels, it's going into time. Okay? So it's going into the future. It's giving back information. And that's how we balance everything out. It's going back into the presence of its time. Okay? So it goes back into your body system. After receiving, it sets up a new program. It sets up a new system through your body framing system. Okay? And then you teleport other energies, right? Because there's so many levels. Like, we'll just start with the 7. Master the 7 first, then we get into the 5 atmospheres. Okay? But it's very important to understand that you start with the 7 chakras. Work with the 3 levels, and then work with another 3, and then work with your crown chakra. But you really have to understand everything that's transmitting and it's receiving. Then you understand everything through its dimension when it comes to the third eye. Okay? So now it's confusing for the Delta team because, they've been through all this already. Not the exact same illustration, but it's important that humanity understands what's going on with the third eye. Now, the thing is, too, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can see my third eye. See it? See that dark? You see how big it is? It gets bigger and bigger, guys. Okay? And then your energy fields get bigger. And then your body framing gets bigger. That's what happens. So more communication you understand through the chakra system, the more you stand through your body framing. We've got into the body and its framing, right? Now it's understanding how to get into the scan of you. That's the meditation. That's your diet. Are you eating well? Are you drinking well? If not, change your diet. So once you get into the 7 chakra system, the higher self is telling you this and telling you that. It's putting you into directions of what you need to do and what not to do. Eat this, don't eat that. So it will tell you, you know exactly that this is in a low vibration. And I'll tell you, don't eat this. It's an inner voice. So it's getting connected through the inner cycle of you. It's opening up the dimensional self of you. It's opening up the inner self of you. Okay? The inner child. Now we're going to get into the inner child. Okay, we'll get more into that tomorrow. So it's breaking free from your program because everybody's connected through that, and you have to change that. And the only way to change that is to change the chakra system. Understand communications of yourself through your body system, the body framing, right? You start with the 7, and then when you work with the 5, right? So every time you're teleporting your energy of your transference, which is your third eye, you're communicating through different dimensions of portals. Those portals open, okay? Now, all that information is connected through a magnetic highway. It's a forcing highway through a magnetic forcing system. That's the operations center. That's the algorithm. That's the computer system. Okay, I'm not going to get too complicated with all this, but you have to understand that it's a magnetic highway. It's an information panel highway system. It's information. So that information goes into your body framing system. Okay, it helps you and guides the higher self to higher locations of understanding of what space and time is. Okay, so we'll start off with space. We're not going to get into time because you guys have to understand everything through space, space atmosphere, space discovery, right? Space systems, space operations, space programs, space intelligence, space planets, right? So everything is connected through all alignment. Now, alignment is basically understanding your vibrations and merging. It merges in alignments. Alignments are coming in. It comes into one line. Okay. So everything forms. You know what form is? Forming is coming in. Right. Everything is balanced. You know what balance is. Right. You know what a pyramid is. Right. So try to understand how to use your hands, and then we'll get into electronic interference. Right. We're not going to get too complicated. But really, I want the galactic circle of meditation to really understand more of your chakra systems. Get into more of meditation, get more into breathing, okay? And then we can get into the inner child, the inner self, the inner of its dimensional self. So, but I think that's good. You know, I think we've adapted and we've learned a lot, you know, with the, its connection, especially with, coming into the Delta team and what they need to know. So that's what I like to do is I like to split it in half because it helps both worlds, both vibrations coming into the Delta division and what they need to know through their program setting and what humanity needs to know coming into their ascension 5D. Okay, because everything is a helping progress, helping system. Help me, help you, right? Jerry Maguire, help me, help you. Show me the money. Show me the money. That was a good movie, by the way. I really like Jerry Maguire. That meant a lot, you know. When he's trying to figure out at the very end, he wasn't paying attention because he can never have a relationship with himself or anything for that matter when it came to relationships. And he says, we live in a cynical world, and he's talking about Renee Zellweger, and he says that, where's my wife? And then say, you got me at hello, as soon as he walked in. So I thought that was pretty fascinating, knowing that he finally clicked in and he cared. He actually cared, and then he stopped thinking of himself, right? So he was promoting, sports fanatics, athletes, and stuff like that. So it's a very, very powerful movie. Every movie has a message, right? So it's you pick up a lot on that. I find that really, really fascinating. And at the end, he showed him the money, the Quan, right? Okay. He basically he wasn't thinking with the heart; he was thinking with the mind, right? So he loved the game, but he was egotistical, and that's why he wasn't getting the money. So Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise showed him otherwise what he needed to do, right? So, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that movie anyway, but had a good spin. I really enjoyed it. So, and you pick up a lot too, and it educates yourself. It really does. All right, so let's get into everything right now. We got questions here. Wow. I reached a new center, sleeping algorithm back in deep states. Yeah, you guys can voice that on your on the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. Yeah, you can video it live. Shape your system dynamics, the construction of the crop circles, portals, and its effects on planet systems as well. It's seen as silver cloud. Yeah, we've got into that before. I'm just going back phrase right now, see if I have missed anything. Lucid dreams, more comfortable at the beach now. Dark information, always old system coming in. Back phrasing on that. Yeah, we got through that. Let's see. Senior information, grid crop circles, releasing emergence. Yeah, we got into that. Okay, seeking kind of streams, energy streams, down twirling, and lost sort of mandala, never ending in a loop. Third eye is the communication core center of the chakras. Yes, very good, Melissa. Communication of the inner world expressed in the outer world of communication. Very good, Melissa. Spaces within. So you guys, if you're trying to understand, when you're going into the second half of the Galactic Circle of Meditation, the Delta Division Galactic Force Team can help you out. I can help you out. That's on my emails, PayPal, donations. So love you guys very much. Have a great day. Tomorrow we'll get into more of the test, because the test is coming up on Friday. So if you have any questions or comments, you can go through me, AI Commander. So this is your AI Commander from the Galactic Force Team, Delta Divisions of the Galactic Circle of Meditation. Calling out. Bye, everybody.